Let's put out some more information on our screens. The Israeli Defense Forces have carried out multiple strikes on multiple targets in western and central Iran, according to officials' military updates. The operations are part of an ongoing escalation in the region, with Israeli forces targeting key locations amid continued cross-border tensions and reported missile exchanges. Let me come to Mr. Sushil Kumar Singhal to get his perspectives, and I'd like to understand from you. Iran firing missiles at Israel for the first time since April. Why all of a sudden after April we're seeing these strikes being conducted, in your assessment?
Well, what I see, this is a frustration of Iran. And IRGC want to show that, it is continues to be in a position to attack at its will. Because it carried out some attack, some missiles, sent some missiles and drones in the, Kuwait, in Bahrain, UAE, and Iraq. But since Israel was not willing to stop its attack in Lebanon, and I think it was hurting Hezbollah very badly. So, and Iran was warning also. So IRGC wanted to assert its authority and say that despite all the problems they are facing, there is still a force to reckon with, and they need to be given the due respect. So this attack is, as I said in the beginning, that they are trying to force the issue now particularly to Israel, USA, as well as to the other Gulf states, because they realize that if this continues, this tactic of President Trump continues to blockade the Iran, and with no resources on their hand, they will have a problem. They already have a major problem on hand, but even their military preparedness will get affected in longer term if it continues for a long time, because ultimately they need resources for that also. They are not concerned much about their population, what they are facing. But when it comes to their own preparedness to defend, whatever you want to call it, then they have to act. So I think this is as I said, this is an act of desperation to force the issue. And President Trump, as he is has threatened, as you also mentioned, President Netanyahu, and the reports are coming that he has agreed not to escalate further and give few days to the diplomacy. So, in my view, this is not a major escalation. But if further attacks takes place, then there will be an escalation, which will then they will have a different kind of scenario. But at this moment, I think both the sides are using coercive diplomacy at a higher degree. But ultimate objective, in my view, remains to come to the negotiation on their own terms. To get the agreement or understanding, at least initial understanding, at their own terms. So this is a pressure tactic by Iran to force USA to concede to its demand, which I think will, may or may not happen, of course, because President Trump was also in a very difficult position, and he is looking at 2050 agreement, JPIEC, that he wants a better terms. As the news reports have come, he has instructed his team that there should be better terms than earlier. Otherwise, he will lose political face, which he never want to do. So I think at the moment I see is this attack is basically the wills. Who is stronger, who has a stronger will to carry it forward. This is but it's an escalation, no doubt about it. But still there is a space for peace here. Thank you.
Right. Absolutely. Stay on with us. Let's put out some more breaking news on our screens. US President Donald Trump has reacted after Iran fires several ballistic missiles at Israel, calling it a major escalation and warning that enough is enough, while also urging Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to not retaliate further as tensions surge in the region. Let me go to Colonel TP Tyagi over here to get his perspectives. Donald Trump, of course, pushing out a statement after retaliation by Israel, saying that what's happened is enough. But do you think the Israeli Prime Minister is going to take that advice seriously?
Yes, Donald Trump is a very peculiar person. He said that Bibi is the name of Netanyahu. Said, Bibi, you had your fun. And Iran, you also had your initial fun. And now it is over. And now enough is enough. Please do not attack each other now. And both of them have agreed to some extent. But Israel will certainly attack if Hezbollah attacks Israel. So means the person or the organization which has to be told that please do not escalate it further is neither Iran nor Israel, but it is Hezbollah. And Hezbollah is a adamant type of organization. They will certainly attack, and if they attack, then Israel cannot hold back. So means it appears to me that yes, because of this incident, the fragile ceasefire will still continue. Otherwise also, 60 days are over. It was started on 8 April and 8 May and 8 June. So today is the 8th June, means 60 days are over. Now they will have to go in for a new ceasefire. The new ceasefire they can go on if Iran and America both agree. Now they will agree if there is some common ground. What I'm saying is that what the common ground was, that also has been taken away by America. Till today, it was not made clear to Iran that your money deposited in Qatar and other countries, almost amounting to $24 billion, they said it will be given in pieces, it will be given according to as the peace proposal proposes. But now they have said that this money will be utilized for reconstruction and redevelopment in the countries where you have inflicted damage. Now what happens? Now this was the hope which was available to Iran, that has also been taken away. As it is, the stand of Iran is very obstinate type. He is not agreeing to anything proposed by America. After this, it will become difficult to go for a peace proposal. I do not know from on what ground we are saying that this peace proposal will continue. If there is no single point which is common between the conditions of Iran and conditions put by America, then Donald Trump is adamant. He says that all earlier presidents of America had been planning to take action against Iran, but they kept on thinking they could not take any action. Jimmy Carter, he simply froze some of the assets of Iran. Ronald Reagan, he simply put some sanctions on the countries which were supplying arms to Iran. Then Bill Clinton, he said no company of America will do any business with Iran. And then President Bush, he said Iran is the axis of evil. Means all presidents kept on doing some lip service against Iran, but nobody could gather the courage to tackle it. Donald Trump says, I have that courage and I will do it. And then he says, people are saying that no, midterm election is there. Donald Trump says, I do not bother about midterm election. Sometimes you agree with him because he says, were we not there in the First World War for 1 year? Were we not there in the Second World War for 3 years? Were we not there in Vietnam for 10 years? In Iraq for another 10 years? In Afghanistan for 20 years? And we spent crores and crores and crores of dollars. And now it is only about 3 months. So why finger should be raised on me? And he said that yes, I can tackle it, and different plans are being made even for ground operations, even for operations like Venezuela to bring Mojtaba back to America. So, with this background, if you look at it logically and with reason, it appears that the hostilities have reached to an extent that war may restart between Iran and America. That is what I feel.
All right, let me come to Mr. Sushil Kumar Singhal over here to get in his word as well. So when Donald Trump comes out and says that, listen, what's happened